Welcome back to another video. This is Ebyte, and today I'm going to be running through some tips and tricks which will hopefully help you to improve in Rainbow Six Siege. Before I continue, 84.9% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy Rainbow Six Siege content, please consider subscribing. It would be greatly appreciated. I will assume that everyone watching this video already has a solid understanding of the basics of Siege and are looking to further improve. First off, I'd recommend focusing on and mastering your sensitivity, whether it be high or low. I would like to mention that high sensitivity isn't required and doesn't make you become a better player. If anything, it can be more difficult to build muscle memory. I play with friends who run 15, 35, 5, 5, 40 and they're still able to easily compete at champion level. As long as you're able to control your aim and the gun's recoil, you should be winning the majority of your gunfights. If you're looking for a good starting sensitivity, I'd recommend 30, 60, 55, 30 or 40, 80, 55, 40. This can later be adjusted to your liking or playstyle, but is a good place to start. Droning. Drones allow you to safely gather information before entering new areas of the map or the building itself. You're given 2 drones, use them. If you're playing as a team, I'd recommend sacrificing 1 or 2 drones in the preparation phase to gather as much information on the objective and defending operators as possible. The remaining 3 drones should be placed in suitable spots, ideally where you or your teammates plan to enter the building. These drones can be used to look for potential spawn kills or roamers before entering. Quite often, at higher ranks, you'll see the support players position their drones top floor watching the main staircases. They'll remain on these drones after the prep phase until the entry fraggers have gained top floor control. Drones can give you an incredible advantage if used correctly. They can be set up to watch for possible flanks and used to bait enemy players into peeking or pushing. However, I'd say their main purpose is to give you an insight of where a defender is situated or positioned. Entering a room knowing that someone is crouched on your left is much better than aimlessly pushing in with no idea. Another key point I would like to mention is to not spot on drones or cameras in general, even if you're solo queuing. Instead, call out the enemy player's position for an easy kill. Communication plays a huge factor in Rainbow Six Siege. Whether you're giving or listening to callouts from your teammates, it will greatly help team coordination and most likely increase your chance of winning rounds and therefore games. In regards to making calls, try to make them as accurate and concise as possible. You can use the universal callouts found next to the compass in game, although teams and pros may have their own. Clear calls allow for quick and effective roam clearing, trades, pushes, etc. I'd also recommend listening to your teammates' calls. It may be difficult at times and take practice, but you'll find it beneficial should the calls be accurate. Player positioning varies on a round by round basis and often depends on the objective and the operator you're playing. The attacker's spawn and direction of push can also determine suitable places for defenders to hold. However, good map knowledge will greatly help, allowing you to identify destructible floors, walls and potential angles. I wouldn't recommend sitting in the middle of objective on cams. Instead, try to find a safe corner or spot behind cover. Be aware of your surroundings if attackers drone you out, breach objective walls or apply vertical pressure. Use cover to your advantage, especially when reloading. Many fixtures and furnishings are bulletproof and will help to provide cover if required. I'd also recommend learning the common anchor points, for instance half wall and border, especially if the armory wall has been breached. Attackers often and most likely will try and nade from below without even having to enter the building. Knowing suitable rotations or possible flank routes will also help give you an edge. If you're wanting to rank up, ensuring that you or your team bring the necessary operators will greatly help. If you're solo queuing, I'd recommend picking last to fill any gaps you notice in the current operator selection, whether that's a hard breacher, soft breacher, utility denial, etc. It might not be the operator you want to play, but this will give you a better chance of winning the round. Over time, this strategy will allow you to improve as a player, one who has the ability to play a vast selection of operators whilst having a solid understanding of their individual roles in game. If you're having a bad game or not confident with your gun skill, playing useful operators such as support or trap operators can be a great way to help your teammates. I'd always recommend warming up and practicing your aim in T-Hunt before playing ranked. This allows you to practice recoil control, movement, and crosshair positioning. Ideally, you want to be aiming for headshots due to the one-shot headshot mechanic. If you haven't already seen my video how to improve your aim, I'd recommend checking it out where I break down my warm-up routine in more detail. Hopefully guys enjoyed this video. If you found it useful, please leave a like, it would be greatly appreciated. If you happen to have any further questions, please leave them down in the comment section below and I'll try my best to respond to each one. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so to keep up to date with all of my latest videos. This is Ebyte and I shall see you guys in my next video.
Stable.